Cool. Ready to knock it out? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So we going by Goldust? We going by Dustin? We're going by Goldust. Minus the face paint.
Water on myself.
It's all good. It's all good. That wasn't caught on camera. Oh, wait. What's caught on camera?
You know, that's the wife.
We're done with the interview, dude. I just needed something to go viral. That's it. All the hits, Q97.1. Danny Salas still running the afternoon drive and still live and direct from LA Live. Lucky Strike in LA, right outside of the Staples Center, home of SummerSlam 2014. And we are here with a bona fide champion, former Intercontinental champion, former tag team champion. My man has been in the game for so long and has done it
26 years.
How long?
26.
26 years. We're going to talk all about that. We have got Goldust live up in the building. Welcome.
What's going on, man? Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, thank you for making time. And I had to kind of off the air a little bit. You are Goldust minus the makeup right now.
That's right. That's right. But this is radio.
This is radio.
You know what I'm saying?
But
they can't actually see me.
But it will eventually
But your
be
wife is here.
Video. That's right. That's right. It will eventually be video,
It's
though.
a little early in the morning for me to pull out a paintbrush.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I got to say this along those lines. It is not.
Well, look at my pretty face. I mean, just.
Dang, you're freaking handsome.
I know, right? For a 45-year-old man, I mean, I'm pretty good looking.
Dude, well, let's talk about that, man. Since you're out here stating your age, and I'm sure that you have heard more than your fair share of, dang, how does he do it? But I'm going to ask you right now, dang, how do you do it? You've been in the game, like you said, 26 years. You were out of WWE for a while. You came back, and it looked like you were a rookie coming out of NXT. It's just you were moving like you were straight out of high school.
Well, there's a saying in the back. Cody started, and then John Cena picked it up, and then some of the boys picked it up. They call me the Benjamin Button of the WWE.
Dude, there it is. You're going
And
backwards,
like,
brother.
What the hell? Okay, I'm going to embrace that. That's cool. At first, when Cody said it, I was kind of taken back. I was like, no, that doesn't sound very good. He's saying I'm an old man, you know. But it's cool now because I can go out there and hang with the 20-year-olds at 45 and a little bit faster than them in some cases.
Unbelievable. So during that time when you weren't on WWE TV, I mean, you were still working. You were still obviously getting your chops and doing shows and stuff. What was your regimen? What was your routine? How did you stay in that great shape? Because it's for real, when it came back, it was like you never left. It was like you didn't miss a beat.
There's a lot of protein, man, and gym twice a day, DDP yoga.
You're a believer, huh?
All those things, man. Just really got to stay moving daily.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not listen to him.
I know. Right now, Stardust is behind Goldust, and he's cackling, and he's talking about
He
Venus
cackles a lot.
he really does.
This
dude.
morning he hit me with some knowledge of Saturn being able to float in water. I'm like,
he mentioned that
What?
too, man. I know, dude. I was sitting here with Brie Bella, and he came and crashed the interview talking about that Venus doesn't have moon, or I have no idea.
doesn't have seasons.
Doesn't
That's
have
another
seasons.
one
That's
he
what
hit me
said.
with
That's
this
what he
morning.
said. Venus doesn't have seasons. Yeah, but it's knowledge. I'm sure it's gonna come in handy eventually.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's a little wacky.
I doubt
I
it
think
too.
a little more wacky than myself.
I doubt it too. Hey, but I gotta say, not just over the last few months, over the last few months, when you and I'll say Cody, aka Stardust, you've been having those backstage vignettes. It's been some super cool, entertaining TV, man, and that's kind of saying a lot. Where you don't even have to step foot in the ring and still get the attention of people watching you on WWE TV. You guys both got the skills, man. You both got the mic skills.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It reminds me of the time Booker and I had our funny little skits in the back.
Yep, I remember
this
that
is
too.
a little different, though. It's like stepping into some kind of weird. I don't know, man. Can't really say it, but it's a lot of fun. I wish we could do that. I wish I could do that the rest of my career.
Really?
Those things are just fun, you know. I mean, the wrestling's fun too, but it definitely is starting to take a toll on my body. But doing the backstage stuff is really cool because I can just react to what he's saying and make goofy faces, you know, and say something weird, and it's just cool.
Well, what I want to know is, and kind of peeling back the curtain just a little bit, when your brother Cody comes to you and is like, "Hey, man, I got this freaking idea. This is what's gonna happen. This is gonna be the tag team, Goldust, and I got this idea for Stardust." What's your initial reaction, man? How does that conversation even go?
Mike, what is Stardust? You know,
Right.
what is it? What does he look like? How does he act? You know, what's he going to do for us as a tag team?
Yeah.
And it's starting to grow on me.
It started to grow on you.
It's starting to grow.
It's starting to grow. Hasn't quite grown on you yet.
It has, but you know, it's still got room to maneuver. I mean, I see some good things coming in the future. Hopefully,
Cool.
I see something big with the Wyatts, with the Usos, you know, stuff like that. So
Yeah, and
we'll see where it
that's
heads.
actually what I mentioned when I was talking to him. It's like you guys are way overdue to be thrown back into the tag team division. You need to be in the mix again.
Well,
the way
we've
that
been
you were.
stuck with Ryback for forever. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? For
totally.
the last like 3 months.
They've been the go-to tag team for.
I mean, it's
Goldust
like,
and Stardust.
okay, well, let's. And I don't know what happened to the tag team division. We were doing so good, and then all of a sudden, wham!
Yeah. Well, because honestly, I mean, just as a fan and as a fan who kind of looks at the internet sites a little too often, I was kind of hoping, I know a whole lot of other people were hoping that, I mean, not that we were hoping for a breakup of Cody Rhodes and Goldust, but we were kind of hoping that eventually we could see Goldust versus Cody Rhodes at something like a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam and going down the road. And it kind of looked for a minute like it might be going that path, and then it kind of didn't.
Yeah, I think that's probably not going to happen.
Is that something that you'd like to maybe just
Not so
experience
much
just as a,
anymore.
Okay.
You know, it was. Now it's. I don't know, man. You
Well,
know,
you
we
just
have to
have-
see where it kind of takes us right now.
But you're still having fun with it, though, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
There it is.
This
And that's
is
the
a
most important
blast.
thing. When you can go to work and have
It's
fun,
a lot
right?
of fun with him, especially. You know,
And that's got to be cool.
not every day you get to be with your brother and go out and do what you love to do. So
Yeah, dude. I mean, we've seen brothers team up in the past. I mean, the Hardys and brothers like that. I mean, the fact that you could be on the road, you guys travel together. I'm assuming same
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
And hey, I'm sure that's got to be just freaking cool. I mean, just kind of like kids again traveling on the road without mom and dad, though, right?
well, Cody and I don't travel anymore together. He
Okay.
likes to. He's got his wife and things like that. So
And a flying
he kinda-
saucer that I'm sure he likes to take.
He does.
Yeah.
So I kind of stick with Kane. Me and Kane travel together, and we don't like anybody else riding with us. A
Right.
couple of grumpy old men. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, like you and that kind of makes sense. I mean, you and Kane are kind of the original regime. You guys came from the same era. You kind of ushered in the quote unquote Attitude Era.
We are. It's like Big Show, Mark Henry, Kane, and I, and Hunter. That's really all that's left.
That's crazy. That's all.
And
That's
everybody
gotta-
else is in their 20s,
That's got to be freaking awesome, though.
early
dude.
30s. Yeah,
that's
it's
gotta be
cool.
freaking
It's cool.
And you know what? I just got to say, just as a fan, Goldust has always been one of my favorite characters, and I'm sure you've talked about this over and over and over again. I'm sure people always bring up Goldust versus Roddy Piper, the backstage
Yes.
brawl. That was one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen on pay-per-view. It's just something that people hadn't seen before. It was just so, and it was fun. It was almost as if you guys were just kind of going along as you were doing it.
It was a blast. We were. I mean,
Yeah.
we filmed the actual back lot brawl 2 weeks before WrestleMania. So it was a one take thing, man. It was quite an ass kicking. It
Hell
really
yeah.
was. It was a tough fight. We both went to the hospital that night, and
Yikes.
I'll never forget it though. It was fun.
Dude, and the cool thing is, stuff like that, man, it's forever. It's on film forever, man.
Yep.
WWE Network forever.
Yes, it is.
Speaking
I got a lot of stuff on WWE.
Dude,
Network,
speaking
man.
of, because like I said,
I mean,
I'm
a ton.
I'm a Goldust fan, but you know what I was specifically looking for? Because one of my, and it's kind of crazy that I say this, but one of my favorite times as Goldust, as a Goldust character, was when we were teamed up with Luna Vachon,
Luna,
and it was during the time
the
when-
artist formerly known as. Yes.
when you were artist formerly known as. That was the craziest because, for those who don't know, Goldust wouldn't come out in his typical Goldust gear. He would come out dressed like in the most crazy.
Yeah, it was
wacky-
pretty wild.
You
pretty
had
wild.
you had like a gag ball at one point. You dressed like the American Dream, Dusty
What was I
Rhodes.
thinking, man?
Dude, it
What was I thinking?
It was the freaking coolest thing.
TV,
Right.
What can we do to shock the world this week? It's
Was that
crazy.
kind of the attitude around those days
Yeah.
about, hey, let's see how far we can push it before people say, that's way too far.
Well, they took it away from me in the other aspect, so
Got
we weren't allowed to do that. So this is the next best thing.
Got it. Well, that had been fun. That had been fun, though. Just trying to figure
It
out
was
how-
okay. It was okay. That
What do
wasn't
you-
one of my favorite
runs.
times. Yeah.
What do you think was one of your favorite times in WWE, or even out
First,
of WWE?
the first Goldust run, and then now.
Cool.
Yeah.
See, that's awesome. So you kind of feel like it's kind of going full circle. I mean, this is home.
I do.
Yeah.
This is home, definitely.
Dude, I think that's freaking awesome. When you were in that first run as Goldust, chasing the IC title against Razor Ramon and stuff, did you have a young Cody Rhodes kind of looking up to you and being like, you know what? I think I could do that with Big Bro.
I didn't get to, you know, see my brother grow up so much, you know, because I was on the road so much, you know what I mean? It's nice to actually hang out and be with him now.
And it's got to be kind of cool. I mean,
he was little, and he would watch TV at the end of the couch with Dad, you know, when Goldust first came out and stuff. And Cody tells the story of him looking back at Dad, you know, after my debut and seeing Dad's reaction, and Dad's just watching the TV like, what the hell is my son doing, you know? And to me, it was just...
Yep,
See, I'm always expecting him to do something.
Yep, Stardust rubbing heads as he's walking around LA Live. Rubbing
He's
heads.
a nut!
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
That was a slight bushwhacker-ish.
It's a little weird, right?
To rub your head as he walked by.
I was expecting him to scare me. He does that a lot in the live events.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, hey, you brought up your lineage, too, and I know you got limited time, but I cannot be talking to Goldust without bringing up the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Sure.
How cool is that to not only be teaming with your brother, but to have your dad backstage at events and just have him there?
Well, not only have him backstage at events, I've teamed with Dad, too, so it's definitely come full circle. So I've teamed with both of them, and that's you don't get to do that every day, you know? That's very cool.
That's awesome.
We've actually been in the ring together one time at NXT before NXT was taken over and become what it is now.
The three of you? The three of you? Wow.
It was just a live event, but we had like a 6-man match in Orlando, and it was really cool.
Dude, see, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And again, that's a family tree that you got on film right there, man.
Very sweet.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, Goldust, I appreciate your time, man. And like I said, as a fan, I've always been a fan of Goldust because I kind of, like I said, grew up in that era. So what you did in the ring and out of the ring during that time totally influenced me and made me who I am today, which is a good man, brother.
All right. There you go, brother.
Good man, brother. Goldust live in the building, WWE SummerSlam this Sunday, live on the WWE Network, live on pay-per-view. I appreciate your time. It's Q97.1. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You mind if we take a couple quick pics? Oh, you're the man.